Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Monday Project call. It is August 9th, and we have a great set of updates coming to you from across the breadth of the Mozilla Project. We opened this week's meeting with upcoming events. On Wednesday, September 11th, we have the add-ons community meeting. In the wiki, you can see a link for call-in information. We also have Homebrew Website Club. The Homebrew Website Club is a growing worldwide network of meetups for everyone who wants to take back their web experience from the social media silos and own their online identities, content, and interactions. Homebrew Website Club on September 11th is in San Francisco. Details and RSVP are in the wiki. On Thursday, September 12th, we have the Homebrew Website Club in Brighton, England. This happens every Thursday, so there are details and RSVP in the wiki if you're interested in joining that event. See if we have any other events. We have, as usual, later events and available tickets in the wiki. So if there is an event coming up beyond this week, or one for which there are available and usually complimentary tickets, you can check out the wiki page for those events. And with that, we will move on to our speakers for the day. Our first speaker up is Mark, coming to us with a MozFest update. Mark?
Hi everyone, my name is Mark Walsh and I work on the production team for Mozilla Festival. Jump to the next slide, please. So MozFest is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. It's taken place across London from Monday the 21st of October to Sunday the 27th of October. This year's theme is based around healthy AI, where we will explore how machines are making decisions for us now and what AI advances are on the horizon. Together, we'll brainstorm ways to bring more social responsibility, ethics, and user agency to AI today and in the future. Next slide, please. Our pre-week schedule at Mozilla's House returns to the Royal Society of Arts, with events run by our partners from the 1st to the 25th of October. Next slide. Events include the BBC hosting a series of fireside chats on building public services and AI. So everyone will be hosting a workshop exploring how to strengthen products by using consequences of unintended consequences of products. And Extension Rebellion will share their self-organizing systems and how that can be used to build decentralized movements. Next slide, please. The week of events will conclude with our annual science fair, this year also taking place at the RSA at Mozilla's House on Friday the 25th, where we'll celebrate 10 years of MozFest products, past, present, and future. We'll then move to Ravensbourne University for MozFest weekend on Saturday 26th and Sunday 27th of October. We'll have hundreds of confirmed sessions with everything from roundtable discussions to art installations to workshops. The sessions cover our key issues, including privacy and security, decentralization, and openness. And this year, we also have a space dedicated to neurodiversity. More information on all these events is available on the MozFest website, mozillafestival.org. Next slide, please. And all Mozilla Corporation staff can receive a complimentary ticket to the festival if they would like to attend. But first, you'll just need to confirm with your manager that it's okay for you to travel to London. And you can sign up for a complimentary ticket using the link in this slide deck. And that's available in the project called Wiki. You need to book your travel and accommodation through Agencia. And whilst we're pleased to offer you a free ticket to the festival, any travel or accommodation costs will need to be covered by your team. If you have any questions at all, please reach out by emailing festival@mozilla.org or in our Slack channel, #MozFest. Next slide, please. This will be our final time in London before we move city in 2020. So we invite you to all join us for one last celebration in London. But you can find out more information about why we're moving city and the feedback to our criteria on the links inside the slide deck as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Some of our users may experience a little audio difficulty with that one, but the slides are all linked in the wiki, so you can definitely check those out at your convenience. Next up, we have me coming to you with your weekly Firefox update. Firefox 69 is our current stable release. This release shipped last Tuesday, and since then, Firefox users have been enjoying enhanced tracking protection enabled by default and block autoplay that can block all videos from autoplaying, not just those with sound. An often requested feature after we shipped blocking autoplay of videos with sound was, can I block all videos, not just those with sound? So now you can. You can find some settings for that in the Firefox preferences. Firefox 70 is now in beta, with Beta 5 going out tomorrow and Beta 6 going out on Friday. 70 ships to our stable release audience on October 22nd. We are about a third of the way into the beta cycle here, so if you've got fixes to features that need to ship in Firefox 70, it's a good time to get those requests in for approval for uplift. Firefox 71 is in the nightly channel, and over the last week there have been about 350 bugs resolved as fixed, including these notable ones. GeckoView, our mobile browser engine on Android, now has web push support. Picture-in-Picture, which is a new feature to Firefox, got a keyboard shortcut, Control-Shift-Right bracket. This will make it really easy for you to enter and exit picture-in-picture mode. You can now search in the DevTools networking monitor. This has been a outstanding request for some time with a lot of people interested. So if you are a DevTools network monitor user, I think you should check out this new feature in Nightly. We'll be uplifting to beta before long where it hits the dev channel, but you can preview today. The DevTools Accessibility Keyboard Audit now recognizes and warns on mouse-only interactions. It's possible for a web developer to set a click handler on a span or something like that without setting any keyboard handlers on it, and the audit will now warn of those cases so that you can get it right for our users who depend on assistive technology. Color contrast calculations now work with the color blindness simulator in DevTools, so if you enable one of the color blindness filters, you can then check your contrast against that scenario, which is a nice feature for ensuring that your websites are accessible to everyone. And last but not least, the first part of a shareable protection report has landed in Firefox. The idea here is that you should be able to share with others the report that Firefox generates for protecting you against trackers online, and that will encourage others to download and give Firefox a tryout. With that, we are done with the Firefox update for this week, and next we move to Miriam in San Francisco with the ET update.
Hello, hello. Good morning, Mozilla. Come to you today with a few headlines from emerging technologies, including diversifying voice recognition. Our own Kelly Davis was interviewed by The Next Web for a story entitled "How Mozilla is Crowdsourcing Speech Diversity, Speech to Diversify Voice Recognition," highlighting our work on the Common Voice project. The article highlights that while voice control is the future of human-machine interaction, the innovative potential is widely untapped because developers, researchers, and startups around the globe working on voice recognition technology face one problem: the lack of publicly available voice data for their respective languages to train speech-to-text engines. That's why Mozilla's Common Voice and Deep Space projects, along with other non-corporate community efforts, are so vitally important to this ecosystem. Some updates from our colleagues in Social VR. The Social VR team has enhanced the Spoke platform, our tool for creating 3D social spaces and hubs, so it supports multi-object editing and project loading improvements. Also, if you are left-handed, you might be pleased to learn that we now support left-handed controllers in Spoke. Full inclusion and equality there. And just a reminder and a request at the end of the month, ViewSource is hurtling towards us with beautiful speakers and talks about the shape of the web and the web platform. All of those will be recorded, so you can watch them whenever you like. But if you have time between now and then, please take a look at the speakers and join a little bit of social media choir and help us get the word out about the perspectives on the web that will be hitting Amsterdam come September 30th and October 1st. That's all for today, except for I will be back with my typical double hit in just a few moments.
Thank you for the update, Miriam. And next up, we have Andrew Krug coming to us with the Weekly Minute.
Time for the Weekly Minute Update, where we tell you all the things IT is doing to empower Mozillians in their mission to keep the web a global public resource open and accessible to all. Our first update comes from the End User Services team, also known as the Service Desk. On the heels of the macOS Catalina release, IT has updated our hardware recovery procedures for exiting employees and 2-year hardware refreshes. The most important note is if you have one of the Mac models 2018 and later that includes a T2 security chip, you'll need to log out of iCloud prior to returning the hardware, or we won't be able to reuse that asset. More information is available on Mana here. Our next update comes from the IT Data and Analytics team. In collaboration with Open Innovation support.mozilla.org team, they've completed the implementation of a Firefox support dashboard in the Tableau platform. The dashboard should be beneficial to the Firefox product management organization. Additionally, the team has also completed consumption of the data from Zendesk into Google Cloud BigQuery, which helps us get one step closer to full support for Firefox Skyline. A demo is available in the following recording at the link below. Now, an update from the AV team. Zoom is coming to SFO. The AVC team will be upgrading all existing conference rooms beginning September 23rd and wrapping up October 18th. As a bonus, the team will be adding 8 new rooms, bringing the total to 49 rooms at the San Francisco location. This should help with the high demand for video conferencing. A detailed room upgrade schedule with additional details should be emailed to SFO staff shortly. Thanks to the SFO office in advance for your patience as we go through these upgrades. More information on the schedule for that can be found at the link below. Unrelated to the Zoom upgrade, but equally important, if you've not updated your Zoom client yet, there's an update available today for desktop and mobile. It has a variety of features and bug fixes. More information on that is available here. Our final update today is a reminder from the G Suite team regarding the security of Google Groups. Be aware that when you create a Google group, it has a web archive of all content by default shared with non-members. Don't forget to change that setting, especially if the group contains sensitive content. And with that, that's the minute. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Andrew. And next up, we have Nick and Katie coming to us with the Pocket Monthly Update.
Hello there, everyone. We'll see if I can get my share to work here. One more time. There it is. Right on. Hi, I'm Nick. I head up our product team here at Pocket, and I'm with Katie, who heads up our marketing team, and we're here to give you an update on some things that have been going on at Pocket. So one of the things we've been updating you about this whole year is Firefox New Tab and all of the work that we've been doing there. Our goal this year has been to help users to discover more great Pocket content on New Tab, starting in Q3. Spoiler alert, it's Q3, like we're here, we made it. It's like midway through. So what's going on in Q3? What's happening? So this is our first big milestone around this project, and so we've done a ton of work this year. There's way more work than would fit on one of these slides, but we'll highlight a few things here for you. So we upgraded our New Tab architecture so that we can actually make changes remotely from a server and do that responsibly, and that's allowed us to do a bunch of great experimentation, but also allows us to have a content experience that can be responsive to like what's going on in the world if we want to highlight something or have a special content experience. The first version of this launched behind a pref in Firefox 66. So since Firefox 66, we've been running experiments in release, and we've done a bunch of them. We shared some of this in previous updates. We tested 18 different layouts to see which ones work best for users, which ones people engage with most, which ones sponsored content works best with, and ran a whole series of experiments after that to sort of narrow in and find the layouts that really worked best. So most recently, we ran a 2-branch study that let us compare the new one versus the existing one to see how that works and make sure we were good to launch. We've also integrated a new sponsored content backend. We have an ad ops team who works with a bunch of clients, and we've been using kind of a homegrown solution there that wasn't scaling particularly well. So I'll be telling you a little bit more about that, but that's been another big part of what we've done here. So this is what it looked like in Firefox 68. Here's what it looks like in Firefox 69. If you don't think the slide changed, it did. It's not a wildly different experience. Sometimes you test a lot of things and you find out, oh, the thing that we're doing actually works really well, and so we're going to do a little bit more of it. And so that's the case here. This is still just a starting point. We want to do a lot more around the layout. Some of them actually did really well and were really interesting. And so we want to dig back in and see which ones of those work best. So what's new? There are more Pocket stories. If you remember, there were 3 stories before. One of those could be a sponsored story. We now have up to 21 stories that are recommended. There are also more sponsored content positions, so sort of scattered throughout the stories, not dissimilar to what we were doing before. There can be up to 4 stories on the page. Those positions aren't always filled, but if we had a lot of inventory of sponsored content, those could show up there. And as I mentioned, we have an improved ad campaign management system that's powered by AdZerk on the back end. This is how delivering sponsored stories worked previously. So Firefox 68 and before, Firefox would talk to a Pocket server and then talk to our little homegrown solution, and that would deliver back the sponsored stories. In 69, Firefox still talks to Pocket, works the same way, but then the Pocket servers talk to AdZerk. And the reason we chose AdZerk is they let you build super custom ad integrations, which is exactly what we needed here. So we could keep the same privacy principles and a similar integration and all of that good stuff. So it's Pocket servers talking to AdZerk, and it gives us a really nice admin interface to manage our campaigns. So what did we learn throughout all of this? We saw a positive lift in like the total number of clicks to recommended stories on New Tab, which was awesome. But even more exciting, we actually saw a lift in the total number of people that are actually clicking. So it's not that we're just getting existing people to click more, it's that we're also getting more people interested in the content that we're sharing, which is pretty great. We saw some mixed results around our spot clicks in the most recent study. So we're launching another study to kind of confirm that and see what was going on there. There were a number of things that were a little surprising about the most recent study. So we're kind of running that one again to see what results we get around that. We saw no statistically significant negative effects on Firefox usage or search metrics on our latest study. That kind of sounds like a negative thing. It's actually really positive. That's really great news. It means that we made some significant changes to an important part of Firefox, and we didn't see any negative side effects of that. So pretty great stuff. So what's next? We're doing a phased rollout. It starts tomorrow. We're really excited about that. We are doing it as a phased rollout to make sure that some of the new server pieces we built scale up as expected. We're not super nervous about that, but better safe than sorry. We also launched a holdback study, as I mentioned, to sort of confirm some of those metrics that we saw and want to make sure are where we think they should be. And then finally, we're going to continue iterating on the content and the Spock experience to make sure that's really great for users. We've also been doing some really awesome stuff with messaging and helping people understand like who Pocket is and that we care about privacy and how all of that works. So I'm going to hand it over to Katie and have her tell you some more about that.
So in addition to what Nick just shared, now users will be able to click to, from the New Tab, a landing page that basically introduces Pocket, our relationship to Firefox, and helps explain what is this content I'm seeing, where does it come from, why is it here for our users. So here's sort of the beginning of the story, but as you can see, we're just helping people understand that Pocket is surfacing the best articles from across the web, but with that same dedication to privacy that users should expect from Firefox and Mozilla and Pocket as well. So we're surfacing the hidden gems, so to speak. And if you want to go to the next slide there. And then we just go on to talk about what the stories are, where they come from, how you can see more, and also how Pocket works in the Firefox browser and how you can save stories and see them anytime if you have the Pocket app. And then finally, how you turn it off. Not everybody wants to see Pocket content. So here we link to all of these, in fact, link to an in-depth FAQ that goes way deeper than this to answer all of the myriad questions, but additionally instructions on how to turn Pocket off. So that is a nice new experience our users will see in association with the New Tab. And just a few other quick updates from Pocket. Aside from our work in the New Tab, our team has been hard at work exploring with users new ways to think about organization, sharing, and collaboration, doing lots of user interviews and going deep with that, and also for premium subscribers, understanding how to better archive or edit or share tags. Great exploration there. We're working on an update to our Safari extension, which is actually going live very soon. We're adding sign in with Apple and continuing to build a best-in-class sync experience and syncing across all devices. We are adding a new sync engine starting on Android. As always, if you have questions or comments, please hit us on Slack at pocket-questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie and Nick. Quick reload to see if anything else has come on the agenda. It doesn't look like it. So with that, we move to our closing section, which is welcome, to say hello to some new Mozillians. We're going to start in San Francisco with Jesslyn Davis, who's got a couple of introductions.
Hi, can you see and hear me?
Yes.
I have no confirmation that you can. Okay, great. Thank you, thank you. So I'm Jesslyn Davis. I moved over to the Pocket side of the house a couple months ago from Mozilla. And I'm excited to introduce two new hires today. We have Kara McKinley right here. Wave, our senior front-end engineer, comes to us from Simple Finance. We're excited. She's going to be working with us on all sorts of things front-end, working with Steph Pesson and the team, and first getting involved in all of our syndication articles. So welcome, Kara. And next up is Chad. Chad Porter's here. He's going to be based in LA. He comes to us from Sony, and he's going to be a engineering program manager with me, helping build out our program practices over at Pocket. So welcome, Chad. I forgot to mention, Kara is going to be based remote in Seattle. So thank you.
Welcome. And next up, we have Miriam with an introduction in San Francisco.
Thank you, Asa. So back here with Ellen Spurtis, who is joining us in ET for the next 10 months as a visiting research engineer. Some of you may know her or of her students. She has taught many of our outreachy interns who have then become employees. And in her time as a research scientist at Google and in previous sabbaticals, created App Inventor, which is a well-known visual graphic interface for both developers and amateurs to make apps. And one of the reasons why she's joining us, those of you who know Sean White know he likes to ask these questions that are really more like statements. Like, Miriam, are we doing enough in ET to advance Mozilla and Firefox across mobile applications? The answer is no. No, we're not doing enough. And so Ellen is here to help us really figure out what that edge is. And she comes to us with a wonderful, deep background of really appreciating the web and what it is and trying to bring that into the mobile world. Would you like to say a little bit about what you're doing here, Ellen?
Yeah. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing here, but everything I've read seems very interesting. There's a lot of great work that people are thinking about. I'll just add that I'm on sabbatical from Mills College in Oakland, California.
Yep. And Ellen will be working here out of the San Francisco office, so please stop by and say hi.
Welcome, Ellen. Next up, we have Laura Thompson here in Mountain View with an introduction.
Hello, I'd like to introduce you to Rachel Tublitz, who's on video. Rachel is going to manage the services engineering team, which is responsible for the backends of sync, push, and send, and she is located in North Carolina. Please make her feel welcome.
And next, we have Julie McCracken coming to us with an introduction. Julie?
I'm Julie. I'm with the Firefox PMO, and I'm in Denver today for Chelsea's first day. This is Chelsea Lewis. She's a senior program manager, and she's going to be supporting the accounts team. And rumor has it, she's already been in several meetings her first day. And she already knows everything about Mozilla there is to know. So welcome, a very enthusiastic new member of our team.
Welcome, Chelsea. I'm going to do a quick refresh to the wiki to see if anything else has come on. It doesn't look like it. So with that, we are all wrapped up for the week. See you next week, same time, same place. Until then, keep on rocking the free web.